Madam Chair, judges, Republic Bank, audience. Cell phones, a blessing or a curse? I take cell phones for granted, but my grandfather is amazed by them, as if they are the eighth wonder of the world. However, I do agree with my grandfather that cell phones have revolutionized communications. Who would have thought that you could be anywhere outside your home at any time and be able to talk to anyone almost anywhere in the world? Before cell phones were invented, people actually had to make an effort to speak with one another. Unfortunately, in my school, we still have to meet to talk to each other because we're not allowed to use cell phones in class. Cell phones are among the most useful inventions man has ever created. When cell phones were first available to the public about 30 years ago, it was only possible to use them as a telephone. Through time, the cell phone has evolved into an incredible machine that can do so much more. It can be used for games, music, texting, and surfing the internet. Basically, a cell phone is like a miniature computer that can fit in your pocket. But cell phones are not only for entertainment. They can be very helpful in emergencies, such as when an ambulance or the police are needed. Cell phones can also help protect people's freedom. As seen in recent social revolutions in the Middle East and other parts of the world, cell phones allowed everyday citizens to report the wrongdoings of their government and also to organize large protests, some of which led to the removal of brutal dictators. However, there are also bad things about cell phones. Very bad. People have developed habits of talking on the phone or texting while driving, which can sometimes be even more dangerous than drinking and driving. According to the National Safety Council, 28% of crashes annually in the U.S. are caused because of texting while driving. Cell phones can also be a serious problem in schools. Students often use them for texting each other in class instead of paying attention to their teachers, which is rude and disrespectful. I have heard that cell phones are also being used by students to cheat on exams by accessing information from the internet. And one of the most unfortunate side effects of cell phone use is the way it affects how we socialize with one another. It's amazing how many times I've seen people sitting together, each with cell phone in their hand, texting. The way I look at it, what they're saying is that the person they're texting is more important than the person they're sitting with. There's also the issue of health effects of cell phones. Cell phones emit a source of energy known as radio frequency waves. Some scientists fear that a long exposure to them could increase the risk of cancer. To be fair, the fact that cell phones have been used intensively for only about 2 decades makes it harder for scientists to come to a definite conclusion about the long-term health effects. So, we have to ask, is the invention and spread of cell phones a good thing or not? Yes,